hears you, friend. God hears that silent fear that you have within you. God can pinpoint exactly the root of your fear. It's the most loving thing in the world. He's saying, I see you in ways that you can't even imagine. I'm looking at you. Unbeknownst to you, you don't see me, but I see you. And you know how I see you? Because I'm sure she's sitting there like, really? You see me? Okay. All right. Great. And he takes it a step further and he says, he will be a wild man, and his hand will be against every man, and every man's hand against his, and he shall dwell in the presence of all his brethren. He speaks to the type of person her child will be. He knows that Abram is not going to be there. Abram is bound to Sarah. And Hagar don't really care. Not to say that she don't care about Abram, and not to say, because you have to say this nowadays. Whenever you talk about men, you've got to follow it up quickly with an excuse as to why you say that, because you don't want to make people feel any kind of way. But he's saying to her the type of child, the type of son she will have. Because she was introduced to a situation. These people have brought her into their stuff on a number of levels. She didn't ask to come upon these people. She doesn't know these people. She would have been fine having never encountered these people. But she's encountered them. And now she's pregnant. And her child will be a legitimate heir to a monumental promise. She still don't even know what the promise is. The angel is not conveying to Hagar the totality of the promise that God put upon Abram. But she knows now, I will have many children. I don't know how. I got this one in my belly. But God said he's going to multiply my seed exceedingly. And then not only that, he will give me a wild man, a brave son, a brave heart, a brave-hearted son. And he will be against every man, and every man against him, and he shall dwell in the presence of all his brethren. When he says he will be against every man, he will not be afraid of contending. And he will not be easily overtaken, because every man against him, he's going to come in and out of these situations, and they will become normal for him. And so he's not going to shy away from it. He will be able to contend. He will be able to stand. He's formidable. He's fortified. And not only is he formidable and fortified in the physical sense, but if the angel of God is speaking this to Hagar, then God's anointing will be over him, adding that extra level of power and authority into all of his interactions. And he will be loved by his people. He will be embraced by his people. They will love him. They will support him. He will lead them. The nations will know of him. He will stand for something. Through this one son. And she called And she called the name of the Lord that spake unto her, Thou God seest me. For she said, Have I also here looked after him that seeth me? She said, How did you see me? How did you know this is what I've been hoping? In these times, to have children was a huge deal in the sense that, especially sons, your sons took care of you. They protected you. They were the name of the house. The daughters were not the name of the house. The sons made the name of the house. Oh, that's Miss Mary's son. Oh, that's Miss such and such son. Or that's such and such son. This was the mother's pride. This is what made your mom proud. This is my baby. Ishmael is my son. I'm Ishmael's mother. For Ishmael to say, Hagar is my mother. This was a bond. This is a love thing. This is a beyond worldly. She says, you see me. You have spoken to my need, not even my desire. I needed this. These people don't love me. These people want to siphon all of my gifts and throw me away. Yet I've ran with what I have produced. I've left with what I have produced is mine. And God says, if you go back, I will multiply your seed within that region, within that environment. God is saying to you, if you go back and you stay at that job, if you go back to that relationship, if you stay in that marriage, if you deal with that situation, I will multiply your seed in that situation, friend. Whatever you produce in that situation is going to be multiplied in all kinds of directions. And it is going to be blessed. They're going to know this is Hagar's. That's Hagar's. I could tell that's Hagar's. That's Ishmael's. That Ishmael's is Hagar. That's Hagar. It's going to have your name all over it because it was produced from you and you got the word. Sarah has her stuff. Hagar's not worried about Sarah's stuff. Hagar can go back to that environment, into that job, into that region, into that vertical, and wish nothing but the best for Sarah. And say, Father, open up her womb and let her have her own children. I don't care. I'm so enamored in what I got going on. I don't care. You know why? Because I've got a monumental promise, friend. I've got an existence-altering promise. Do you not know that this promise will serve me in this world and the hereafter and any world to come? How am I mad? I'm blessed. I would be ignorant to be mad. How? What was set up for me to be stagnant in and to be bitter in and to feel rejected in, God has made it to be the most monumental blessing of my life.